2014 was a very active year for Enform. We had a number of different initiatives covering a broad spectrum of the industry, and so I think it was a very successful year for Enform.
2014 was really about the strategic priorities as assigned by Enform's Board of Directors.
We established those 4 strategic priorities. Strategic because they were really important to the industry where it currently is. First was safety culture, which is kind of the umbrella of all the things we do in safety. Second was process safety, which deals with complicated systems. We had measurement of safety. How are we actually doing? Can we measure it? Can we report on it? Can we demonstrate improvement? And lastly, advocacy and communication, both within the industry and to the external stakeholders.
We were able to do a lot of research both nationally and internationally in best practices in those areas.
And we put a lot of effort into turning those safety culture concepts into practical measures that we can take. We call it operationalizing safety culture, turning it into things we can do every day that we can measure when we're successful and measure where we need improvement.
I think in 2014 we did a lot of work with our associations to build relationships and really understand our industry's needs in terms of the strategic priorities. One of the great things that Enform was able to do in partnership with our industry is establish a department called Industry Support. Their main focus is to work with companies in the field on improving their health and safety performance.
So we do provide that feedback mechanism to the industry on how well we're doing as an industry and which sectors need more help.
Using WCB data to look at the companies that might be struggling, reaching out to those companies and proactively offering solutions that might help improve their health and safety. In 2015, we can expect to see the completion of several industry guidelines that have been in the works, such as journey management, fatigue management. We're also going to be able to see progress on the strategic priority projects.
We think one of the things in 2015, especially with what you're seeing in the oil price downturn, is that companies are increasingly looking for ways of reducing their costs. Some of the training you can outsource to a company like Enform. We're non-profit, we work for the industry, and that should help reduce costs. We think as the crude price gets reflected in industry activity slowing down somewhat, companies tend to retain their core skill sets and their core talent. And that actually has a tendency to improve safety because you're retaining your more experienced, better performers. With respect to the oil sands, I think as their design becomes complete, it's probably in the late spring of 2015, we'll look at the next steps, which are actually implementing that design, and that's where we think Enform can make a real contribution.
Definitely looking forward to making progress with our industry partners on the strategic priority projects as well as our operational plans. It's going to be an extremely busy year, but we're certainly looking forward to it.